And have you approached or have we suo motu transferred your cases?
It was approached by us eventually, which the case was referred to the
Also,
Honorable
please
Court
read para 8 of the fact sheet.
in ideology. In order to avoid conflicting decisions that may be passed by the various high courts, the highest court of Republic of Reprimento became seize of the matter and all the cases stood transferred.
So, have you approached or has the court suo motu transferred?
The fact sheet says that the court eventually transferred it
Yes. Please
to
move to
the
your issues now.
highest court in ideology. The first issue pertains to whether the Hindu Marriage Act and the Special Marriage Act can be read in a manner to include LGBTQ individuals. This issue is to be contended in a twofold manner. Firstly, the textual interpretation of the acts do not restrict inclusiveness of LGBTQ individuals. Secondly, the term person as given under the acts must be updated to include LGBTQ individuals.
But,
Starting with the
counsel, are
first
you
obviously,
aware that the entire act cannot be read in isolation?
uh, indeed, Your Lordship, which will be further elaborately contended in the subsequent issues, Your Lordship.
Counsel, it's very clear in the issue 1 when HMA refers to persons or SMA refers to persons and HMA refers to any two Hindus, the other provisions of the same act categorically refers to the age of marriage of a bride, the age of marriage of a bridegroom, the grounds of divorce of husband, the grounds of divorce of wife. So how can you say that this term can be read in isolation? I do not think that you can include the members under these acts.
Your Lordship, as far as the fact being the other provisions of the Act mentioning about the marriage to be between a bride and a bridegroom, there are certain uh, uh, prohibited degrees of relationship that is mentioned under the Act, which clearly specified it not to be between uh, like uh, further like the council would contend it in the further issues by interpreting it literally,
Okay.
which is the section 5 and section 4 of the Hindu Marriage Act and the Special Marriage Act respectively.
But can you read a statute in isolation? That's my whole question.
Your Lordship, uh, when there is gross violation of fundamental rights and pertaining to the issue that is there in this scenario, the court should take this matter into consideration by interpreting it isolatedly in
Has
isolation.
there been any instant where there was a statute read in isolation? Do you have any instances? Is there any
Uh,
precedent?
uh, your Lordship, uh, there is the case of Navteej Singh Johar, where particularly section
I'm not asking a
3777
judgment
was
which which held 377 unconstitutional partially. I'm talking of a judgment which where you say that a statute can be read in isolation. I've never heard any such thing. Could you please enlighten us?
the council concedes, Your Lordship.
Okay, please proceed.
Indeed, Your Lordship. Uh, uh, as mentioned by the council, the act does not overtly restrict homosexual marriages. The acts even do not necessitate the marriage to be heterosexual in nature, which was held in the case of Arun Kumar versus Inspector General
Please,
to of
which court
registration.
is this decision of?
It belongs to the Madras High Court, Your Lordship.
Which year?
Uh, 2019, Your Lordship.
What did the judgment hold? Please tell us. What are the facts
Indeed, Your
therein
Lordship.
as well?
Uh, uh, there was a lady who was supposedly trans woman and she wanted to marry a man. However, the court confirmed a marriage between a trans woman and a man to
It
be
held
a
it
valid
valid.
marriage when it,
Okay.
yeah,
But
it
don't you
held it to
think?
be valid
But
marriage.
don't you think that a trans woman would still not be counted as a same gender? For instance, if you see the other members of the community, for instance, lesbians, bisexuals, or gays, they are two people of the same sex who would like to marry. How will they fall under the Hindu Marriage Act when suppose your clients, two men, want to file a divorce, how will they have the grounds of divorce valid under SMA to them?
Uh, uh, Your Lordship, there are certain allied legislations that are attached to the institution of marriage, which can only be done when the act is interpreted to include the people from the LGBTQ community. This can be evidenced by including them by reading the essentials of marriage under the two acts, which clearly states that if a marriage is based on monogamy, free consent, soundness of mind, and the couple is of marriageable age and is beyond the degrees of prohibited relationship, then
And the
such a
marriage
marriage is
has
to
to
be
be
termed a
between
valid marriage. It does not
hetero.
mention.
So it's very clear in the act. So what do we have to understand when they say the age of the bride and the bridegroom? They do not say the age of a bride and a bride, or vice
Your
versa.
Lordship, the bride can even mean a trans woman, which
Okay.
Arun Kumar case is clearly indicative of.
Yes, yes.
So
Let
it
us
does
talk
not
of other
specify as
members of
such
the
that the
community.
bride.
I agree with your judgment of trans women. I am on the point of
Yeah,
lesbians and gays. How do we include them?
Your Lordship, we can do it by interpreting the term a person and including it within the act. As even if we look at the intent of the Special Marriage Act, which says that the solemnization of civil marriages should be as per the choice of the parties, which clearly is indicative of the fact that it should be based on choice rather than it being on a heterosexual and heteronormative character.
Okay.
This is the contention of the petitioners on this particular issue, Your Lordship.
But I'm still not convinced on the
Even
aspect of how. So you give me an instance where you have two clients who are gay. Tell me how is their marriage going to be dissolved? Please tell me the entire situation of how that divorce petition is going to be drafted under SMA.
Your Lordship, that is up to the legislation to legislate upon and bring in
You
the
are
aspect of.
arguing that you are arguing whether or not HMA can be read to include the members from the community. Yes, we will pass a judgment that it will
Your Lordship.
include. So you tell me, how will you file a divorce petition under the SMA?
It should be filed as the other heterosexuals file before the SMA.
Yes, so
If the
the
grounds of
petition
divorce are
be how?
being met, they can.
Have you seen one of the grounds for divorce? Non-procreation. So how will you
uh,
procreate here?
the council uh, procreation, Your Lordship, has been held in the case of Navteej Singh Johar that with the passage of time and evolution of the society, procreation cannot be one of the reasons for which people choose to come together. It should be looked beyond the procreation, the idea of procreation, and that was the sole reason for
But was that the obiter dicta or was
decriminalizing the
that the
particular act.
council? Was that the obiter dicta or was that the ratio decidendi?
Your Lordship, that was the ratio decidendi that was held by Justice Chandrachud in the said judgment.
Okay. So, counsel, you please explain and enlighten me on the point as to when a gay is wanting to dissolve his marriage, what will his petition be? Will he be governed by the subsection of the act which speaks about when a husband wants to file divorce? But that is when a husband wants to file divorce against a wife, right? How do
Uh,
we change?
uh,
Can we change the
Not
entire meaning of
specifically,
the?
Your Lordship.
Can we change the entire meaning? Please take the relevant provision of the act.
Your Lordship, the council would seek your permission to please repeat the question, Your Lordship.
Please place on record what are the grounds for divorce under the Hindu Marriage Act.
Indeed, Your Lordship.
You can also refer
Just
to
a second.
share your screen. I have no issues.
Indeed, Your Lordship.
So, counsel, one of the reasons is cruelty, right? Have you seen the law related to cruelty in India? 498A applies only to men and women. Domestic Violence Act applies only to men and women. So we have to read all statutes in concurrence with each other. How can we include the members in this act? Don't you think there should be a separate law? I think there should be a separate law rather than spoiling and mixing and confusing the relevant existing laws.
Your Lordship, when it comes to interpreting the acts and upliftment of the fundamental rights need to be taken into consideration rather than looking at the point of legislating upon so many acts. So, if there is gross violation of fundamental right, the court should take and should give primacy to violation of these rights. That's the contention of the petitioners, Your Lordship.
Okay. And on the point of a statute should be read in isolation, do you have any judgment on that?
Your Lordship, the council please ignore us on this fact.
Okay, please proceed.
Indeed, Your Lordship. Starting in with the second issue, which deals with whether civil rights can be granted to the members of the
Council,
community.
before we move on to that, could you please tell me the entire full form of LGBTQIA+.
Your Lordship, LGBTQ, lesbian, gay, transgender.
You missed B.
Bisexual, transgender, queer.
What's I and A then?
I is, Your Lordship, the council pleads ignorance on the fact.
Okay, please. On your second issue, could you could you tell me what all are the civil rights that are being fought for in this case?
Your Lordship, the granting of the civil rights that are right to marriage, right to adopt, right to surrogacy, that are being basic civil rights that are being denied to the members of the LGBTQ community, that are being cleared in this particular case.
So when the judgment of Navtej Johar, after the judgment of Navtej Johar, was there any other decision in the Supreme Court which dismissed all these rights? Are you aware of that?
Indeed, Your Lordship, that was Tushar Nayar case. That was,
yes. So when there is already a decision which dismissed it, how are we supposed to even relook into that?
The court said that it's not ready to take up the matter just after the Navtej Singh Johar case, which in itself shows that the act was like the Hindu Marriage Act and the Special Marriage Act was not brought into picture at that time. In this particular case, the petitioners are contending for interpreting the person under the two acts.
What were the facts
and the subject matter of the two.
Where it was dismissed?
Your Lordship?
What were the facts of the case where the Supreme Court has dismissed the case?
The council concedes on that matter, Your Lordship.
Okay. Please go on to your arguments on issue 2.
Indeed, Your Lordship. This particular issue is to be contended in a twofold manner. Firstly, granting civil rights completes the right to sexual identity to the LGBTQ community. Further, granting civil rights upholds the international conventions that ratified by Replimento.
What about so many countries which have not ratified those conventions? Are countries bound by those conventions?
Your Lordship, there is the Protection of Human Rights Act, which provides for the application of ICCPR and the Human Rights Convention in the country, which exclusively provide for it to follow. Okay. And even Article 51 obliges the state to foster respect for international laws.
But counsel, when you speak about right to property, right to adoption, don't you think a single member of the couple could purchase property, could adopt a child? In India, you can, as a single parent, adopt a child. There is no bar. So how is it that you do not have civil rights? A homosexual couple, any one of them can go and adopt a child.
Your Lordship, when it comes to recognizing LGBTQ individuals and granting them rights, there are two different things.
I would like the timekeeper to stop the time. I would like the timekeeper to stop the time. All the teammates, I think. So what I want to know is, when you say civil rights, how are these people being affected? They have the right to adopt, they have the right to property. So what is the issue then?
Your Lordship, it is not in consonance with the rights of the other heterosexual couples. They're not allowed to get married. They're being denied a right to the marriage certificates, when it itself shows that they cannot have life of their own.
Okay.
It is the
Is
right
there
to sexual
any
identity that was
legal
granted in
jurisprudence
the
you would like to rely on which says that you should be granted the civil rights? Every human being should have a right to marry. Is right to marry a fundamental right?
Indeed, Your Lordship, right to marry is a fundamental right under Article 21, which
Which
was
judgment says it's a
uh,
fundamental right,
held in
counsel?
the Shakti Vahini versus Union of India, as
Please
well
go on
as
to the facts of the case.
uh, Your Lordship, in the particular case, the council would, it's not in the mind of the council as of now, Your Lordship.
Do you have a compendium, counsel? Do you like to share a screen of your uh, case law?
Indeed, Your Lordship. Indeed, Your Lordship. Yeah, yeah. Indeed, Your Lordship. Your Lordship, the screen says the host disabled participant screen share. Okay. Yeah. Is my screen visible?
No, I cannot see it yet.
Your Lordship, the court master needs to make me a presenter for that, I guess. May I just read it, Your Lordship, if it's...
Yes, please.
Okay. Indeed, Your Lordship. Just a second.
Counsel, does it say the right to marry is a fundamental right?
Right to marry person of one's own choice is a fundamental right under Article 21 and even under Article
Judgment of
19,
which court?
which the Shakti Vahini versus Union of India.
Which court?
Under Supreme Court of India.
Okay.
Which is basically based on honor killing and other forms of honor crimes which is inflicted on young couples and families by the Khaf Panchayat. So there is freedom to marry, and there is illegality was upheld in the of the honor crimes were upheld in this court, which was basically and which all in all brought the right to marry to this perspective of fundamental rights, and which was inclusive of the fundamental rights as such.
Okay. Any other arguments before we?
Indeed, Your Lordship. There is one last argument that the petitioner wants to make is regarding the completion of the right to sexual identity. If not, it will be violation of a right to sexual
I do not
on the basis
understand
of
your issue. Could you please rephrase it?
Indeed, Your Lordship. In the Navteej Singh Johar, the Honorable Court had held a right to sexual identity to the members of the LGBT community and for the whole of the citizens around the country. However, it is still not complete as the LGBTQ individuals are being denied marriage certificates and certain other rights that the other heterosexual couple have access
You
to.
covered that in your previous issue.
Indeed, Your Lordship, but it will be a second step by completing the right to sexual identity by giving them the civil rights. That is the contention of the
Can the
petition
court
here.
legislate?
The court cannot legislate on the particular issue, but when there is gross violation of fundamental rights, the court should not wait for the legislation, but rather provide for relief to the people who are being whose rights are being infringed.
Can I, as a judge of the Supreme Court, legislate and make a law?
Your Lordship, the court has the power of judicial review, and
Judicial
that
review
is for
is
the upliftment of the rights.
checking the laws. Can I make a law is my question.
Your Lordship, the court has done that in past in the Nalsa judgment as well as the Navteej Singh Johar, where a new right was created as contended, that is the right to sexual identity, as well as right to sexual orientation.
Section
Discrimination
377
on the
was
basis of sexual orientation
was
was.
held unconstitutional partially. They have not given recognition to a new right. They just said that this section is wrong partially. Where is a precedent which states that the court has made a law?
Your Lordship, certainly they did not legitimize the conduct as such. However, the judgment and the readings of the honorable justices in the judgment clearly shows that the ratio provides for a new set of belief, that is to look beyond the binary identification and rather providing for a inclusion of all the people of the society, which can even be inferred from
Counsel,
Justice
you have not answered the
Deepak
question.
Mishra's
Stop beating around
judgment.
the bush. Please tell me, is there precedence to show that the court had laid down some law? Yes or no?
Your Lordship, uh, even in the Keshav Nanda Bharati case, which is considered to be the one of the
Backbone of our
constitutions of
constitution.
the India, yeah, indeed, Your Lordship, where certain rights were provided to the people, and it was basically is provided as one of the constitutions that we even regard till date. So,
Yes.
the court, when there is gross violation of fundamental rights, have taken the matter into consideration and provided for such uh, uh,
Counsel, are you
laws to
trying to
be
tell me
taken
that
into
the
consideration.
Keshananda Bharati has written a law? Is that your interpretation of the
मैं कुछ नहीं कर रहा यार, ये
judgment?
अपने आप चालू हो गया recording.
Yes, counsel.
Yeah.
Are you trying to say that the
well,
Keshananda Bharati judgment had made law?
Your Lordship, it has uplifted the constitutional principles and the constitutional morality.
Exactly. We will
which
either
needs to be
uphold
done in
principles, we will
the
uphold the constitutionality, but we will not lay down the law unless you have precedents. Do you have precedents where they have laid down a law?
Your Lordship, the council would refer to Justice Nariman from the Navteej Singh Johar case, where the Honorable Justice clearly mentioned that court should not wait for the legislation to legislate upon when there is a wide infringement of fundamental rights. It's the duty of the court to go beyond it, Your Lordship.
How much more time is left, Anirudh? 3 minutes. Yes, Harshit, you have 3 minutes left. Anything else you have to say?
Your Lordship, if your Lordship is satisfied with the arguments, may the present council call upon the second.
Whether I'm satisfied or no, you'll know in the judgment. You continue to argue and make your case.
Indeed, Your Lordship. The council would like to call upon the co-counsel.
Okay, right.
For the next two issues. Much obliged, Your Lordship.
Greetings to the bench.
1 second. 1 second. This is speaker name.
My name is Vaibhavi.
Wait, 1 second. But yes. Yes, timekeeper, you can start the time.
Greetings to the bench. If your lordship is satisfied with the arguments advanced by my co-counsel.
Not really. We'll show it in the judgment as I already stated. Please stick to your issues.
Much obliged, your lordship. The present council has two contentions at hand. Firstly, whether the contention pertaining to whether customs, traditions, rites, and rituals form an exhaustive code as contested by the respondents in the present case. And the primary contention of this council on behalf of the petitioner is that they do not form an exhaustive code because
council, you tell me, is there any custom which shows that members of the community were in existence? Is there any custom which shows that marriages between members of the community took place for so many years? I don't think there are such customs. Or is there a scripture to show the existence of members of the community from time immemorial?
Your lordship, what the council is going to go or on when her arguments is the very same point, your lordship, that customs do not recognize this, but customs must update themselves in order to widen their scope of inclusivity. For
From where do
instance,
we get this definition that customs should include, or customs should mandate the definitions as per the modern times? Is there any such precedent or judgment which defines a custom as such?
yes, your lordship, the council believes that she can trickle down to that. So firstly, customs, they shape law, your lordship, and especially personal laws, and as held by this precedent called the Bacha versus Urmila Bacha Godse, the judgment which stated that the response of law to the dynamicity of change in social realities is the life of law. Therefore, because customs shape law, and this is what provides the life of law and keeps law going, customs must also facilitate this change in law. What the council
Is
on
it the
behalf of the
duty of the legislature to accustom laws, in view of modern times, or it should be that customs have to accommodate changes? Isn't it vice versa?
Your lordship, what the council on behalf of the petitioner is contending here is that these customs must be updated. For instance, your lordship, in the Shabrimala judgment, there was a custom which did not permit women to enter into the sanctum sanctorum of Shabrimala. So here the custom was widened to include to make it inclusive of all women.
What happened
Given the
ultimately
age,
to that judgment, council?
Your lordship, while there is a review petition as of today, the precedent stands, and it
How
does have.
many women? How many women entered the temple successfully? How many riots took place because of that decision?
Your lordship, the manifestation of law on society, if I were to take a sociological jurisprudence interpretation here, your lordship, it does take it takes a certain amount of time, because law, while can be interpreted, it shapes the society, and vice versa. It's a dialectical relationship after all. Therefore, your lordship, there must be a certain amount of time which is given. I myself belong to that community, and therefore I know that there will be a day where this council would envisage to go on that trek. Therefore, it gives hope for
So you would
individuals like.
take a step and proceed to Shabarimala, despite there being rights, because you want to enforce your rights?
Your lordship, because of my devotion towards the God that's present there. But what the council is intending to say here is that judgment has given people like me hope. Therefore, your lordship, but that
Council, are you
hope,
from the state of Kerala?
originally, yes, your lordship.
Okay, so the women from the state of Kerala in majority believed that the judgment was completely against their religious practices, because the rationality principle should not be brought about with religion. That is what they say. So what is your stand on that comparison? How can you bring rationality in religion? Then you will have to ask in churches instead of priests. Nuns should conduct the sermon. In mosque, there has to be the azan call should be by women. So do you think all those changes should be made?
Your lordship, but what the council here is intending to say is that if there is a custom which is so archaic and so outdated that it's excluding an entire community, like a whole group of women or a whole group of and LGBTQIA plus individuals, then it is an archaic custom. And as society progresses, the customs stay back because they're outdated, and for the customs themselves to escape this of their the stature of being called as archaic and outdated and hence unreasonable, this would be a much more welcoming change to induct the members of the community.
So
Because
council, how do we beat about the fact that these customs are from time immemorial, and this is something that you're arguing on is something recent? Okay, like the Navtej Singh's judgment was very recent. So how are we supposed to bring a correlation between a custom, which has been there for so many years? How do we say that that is right or wrong? And what you're saying is correct. Is there any rationality or any essential ingredients?
Yes, Your Lordship. The Council would like to refer to the essential religious practice test that the Shirur Mutt case laid down. So here, Your Lordship, what it clearly states is that if there is an essential religious practice, if there's an essential religious practice, it would be considered so only if that practice, when there's a bar exacted on that practice, it depletes the entire religion. Now, Your Lordship, allowing
On that pretext, if we go, the entire premise of marriage is procreation in all religions. The entire premise of the ultimate goal of marriage is not sexual pleasure, it is procreation. That is completely defeated in marriages of members of the community. So it is still, you're not fulfilling your test which you yourself bring out.
Your Lordship, the Council has 2 points. Firstly, in the Navteej Singh Johar case, it was laid down that marriage is not something which is only for the sake of procreation, which is why they could go on to decriminalize the entire Section 377 of the Indian Penal Code. When they established that particular fact, you had enough rationale to remove and declare 377 to be invalid. And secondly, Your Lordship, with this with the essential religious practice test, marriage is considered to be one of the 10 sanskars. I'm just going to stick to Hindu religion because we have started contending on that.
We'll proceed to Islam and Christianity in few minutes. Don't worry. Let's be secular. Yes, please.
Yes, Your Lordship. So I'll just take the example of how marriage is one of the 10 sanskars according to the Hindu religion. What the council here is intending to say is that it's one of the 10 sanskars. Hindu religion is not depleted when these customary practices are simply extended to the members of the LGBT community. There are 9 other sanskars which hold the religion together and still let it thrive. And it's as strong as it has a great foothold in a country like
Isn't
Islam.
if you may enlighten me of sanskars, but since I'm not quite well versed with it, is it not your case of Hindus where each sanskar forms one step in your life and you reach a goal by fulfilling all these sanskars, so each sanskar is important?
Yes, Your Lordship. So, what the council here is stating is that the marriage is entirely not depleted. So, first of all, the 10 sanskar does not say that marriage is only between a man and a woman. They say marriage is a union of 2 people. And if when
Where
looked
do we
into,
rely this on? Who says marriage is a union of 2 people in the Hindu texts?
Your Lordship, if you were to refer to the Hindu Marriage Act, it says that marriage is
No. We are only on customs. So let's look into texts and not law. Let us look into the scriptures or the Hindu texts. Where does it say that marriage is a union of individuals and not of a man and a woman?
Your Lordship, not specifically scriptures, but if you could rely on the architectural of paintings in various places around India which followed the Hindu religion. For instance, the Konark Sun Temple itself portrays so many pictures and so many sculptures of a lot of same-sex couples who are engaging in a sexual intercourse, and it is
Is
permitted.
it just one temple, or there are like millions of temples in the country having such pictures and sculptures?
Your Lordship, the history is full of such instances, while the council knows only one. So this is which is why the council chose.
But don't
this
you
particular
think
example.
that it is the sculpture is just not showing marriage, but it was just showing the sexual pleasure enjoyed by the people?
Your Lordship, why the council took that particular example is to show the kind of acceptance which was prevalent in that society, and how the council spoke about the dialectical relationship between law and society. This portrays, which is very similar here. It's a parallel, in fact.
Okay.
A portrayal of society is seen in that particular scripture. So when the people itself are accepting of it, and which is the same situation as of the 21st century Replemento, that people itself are accepting of it. The reason that this case is being heard in this particular court is because there are people who actually who are sensitive of the fact that they want rights and they want the customs to recognize them.
But council, how do we break? Okay, for instance, let us look into the aspect of sati. Okay. After a huge period of time, they just abolished sati on certain grounds and certain reasons. But it was done by virtue of a legislature. It was not done by the judiciary. So let us leave this also to the legislature. Why do we have to interfere?
Your Lordship, as stated by my co-counsel, there are instances where it would be too late to rely on the legislature. The judiciary being
Is there anyone dying by not getting married? I do not believe so. They are permitted to have their live-in relationships. There is no prohibition on that. There are many judgments of this court itself which provided protection to live-in couples. So as long as they're living in together, they're expressing their love to each other. I don't think there is any uh, impending danger, if I may say, that needs
you,
immediate attention.
yes, Your Lordship, but Your Lordship, 2 points again. Maybe death is not the only reason or the only cause. I mean, only time where people of Ripplemento do get sensitive to the rights of the LGBT community. The council really wishes that we don't reach there. And secondly, Your Lordship, there is a difference between granting of civil rights and recognizing civil rights. For instance, Your Lordship, a heterosexual couple is able to marry according to customs, according to they have the civil right to marry. We are not telling heterosexual couples of Ripplemento saying that, no, why do you want to get married? Why don't you just stay in a live-in relationship? It's okay. You don't deserve that right. So why do we do that to homosexual couples is the question. The reason is the point here, Your Lordship, is not whether or not homosexual couples deserve it or not. It's more that heterosexual couples are deserving it, then why not homosexual couples? Why
That's
not
because
asexual and
the premise there would be that the society at large, their religious rights would be affected. For instance, if a homosexual couple gets married, it is against the rights of a Muslim person or Christian or a Hindu. So basically, the larger rights of the community is being saved.
Your Lordship, but that being while religion is on one hand and it's considered dear to many people, there are so many homosexuals and so many transgenders who do abide by the Hindu religion, who do abide by the Christian religion, and when they themselves face a reprimand from their own religion, it is denying their Article 25. It's denying their fundamental
But
right to
their
their
religion
religion.
does not have a procedure to get married. No. Can you
Uh,
go in a
which
church? Can you go in a church, a temple, or a mosque or a gurudwara and get them married? Where is the ceremony? It is a new ceremony. Who's going to write it out now? God is not there.
Yes, Your Lordship. So, which is exactly what the council is contending, Your Lordship, that as of now, the status quo doesn't permit it. But it is in the hands of the judiciary to interpret customs in such a manner, to include
You
customs in a
want me
wider
to
ambit.
rewrite ceremonies?
Your Lordship, Your Lordship, rewriting ceremonies is different from interpreting. The court does have the power to interpret customs. Customs do have a
Can
force
I
of
tell you, counsel, how you should pray? Is that my duty? Is that my right? Can I tell you how to pray? When to pray? Where to pray?
Your Lordship. So the court can intervene as long as it's a non-essential religious practice, because I mean
So would
because
you say that the azan's call is not essential for the Muslim religion and I can interfere with that as well?
uh, no, Your Lordship.
See,
What the council is intending here to say is that that if there is a petition, and if that particular custom is not forming the essential religious practice, then obviously the constitutional morality will be given more
I
primacy.
just asked you a simple question, whether it is the rights of the majority which will supersede the minority or vice versa, or we have to protect the majority.
Your Lordship, we must protect, according to Article 14, we must protect all individuals equally. And according to Article
But
29,
Article 14 also speaks about intelligible differentia, discrimination among classes.
yes, Your Lordship. So as long as there's a reasonable classification, in that case, only if there's a reasonable classification and there's a nexus between the objective of the legislation and the reason for doing so, can there be a differentiation of classification which can be created. If there is no such nexus being met, and if there is no intelligible differentia, then making a differentia itself is considered to be unreasonable.
Okay. How much time left, Mr. Anirudh?
So 5 minutes.
Okay. Council, please proceed to your second issue.
Yes, Your Lordship. Moving on to the second contention here, Your Lordship. The primary contention that the council here would like to state is that
One
members.
second, Miss Vaibhavi. Anirudh, we are giving 15 minutes per speaker, right? Okay, right. Please proceed, Vaibhavi. What's the next issue that you're relying on?
Whether or not members of the said community can be married as per the rituals of their respective religions.
I do not understand how is this even there. So you would just want to make new ceremonies, new rituals for these people. I do not know how can I as a judge of even write new ceremonies or even tell a pandit that you have to get this person married. Is that my duty, or who will follow even if I give a judgment of such?
Your Lordship, while the extent of intervention is still sub judice under the review petition of the Shabarimalai case, but as the council has stated before as well, if the essential religious practice test does fail, then the court can definitely intervene and give primacy towards constitutional morality. So here, that which is the exact contention that the council here puts forth.
No, I just have a question to you, practically, don't you think there will be a difficulty? Suppose we say that yes, members of the community can marry in their own religious places. What is the ceremony that will be followed?
Your Lordship, so there are certain essential ceremonies. Again, going back to the Hindu Marriage Act, there's a Saptapati, and Saptapati
Can we
be-
follow that for men and men, women and women? Don't you think that is grossly not making rational? It's not rational at all.
Your Lordship, it is Saptapadi essentially is the two spouses on that particular day taking seven fairas around a fire and sacrificing and making oaths to the fire. So, Your
Why
Lordship,
don't we have any of our gods from the community then? I should ask myself, and I should ask you. If it is so simple, we should have gods from
Your
the
Lord-
community.
Your Lordship, mythology is pretty vast, and there are many instances. I mean, the birth of Ayyappa itself is the son of Shiva and Vishnu in the form of Mohini. So, Your Lordship, there are many cases. I mean, he is
So
considered to be a
then
Yukin of
that will fall under the Madras High Court judgment, where a man and a trans woman gets married, their marriage is valid. But what about the ceremony? What is the ceremony that will be followed for a man and man, or a woman and a woman?
Your Lordship, the same ceremonies will be extended to a man and a man, because Your Lordship, there are certain essential ceremonies, as the council has already stated. There is the Saptapati, which is essential. There are certain things which can be done away with. For instance, you don't have to do a Kanyadan to have a marriage. You don't have to have the
No,
Haldi ceremony.
why do you think that it is not essential? Who are we to say what is essential, what is not essential? Maybe in a marriage between two lesbians, Kanyadan would be of prime importance. In a marriage between two men, Kanyadan would be irrelevant. So how do we decide? So we'll have to make so many distinctions that in a gay marriage this will happen, in a lesbian marriage this will happen. Then we'll have to further. Why should the court legislate? We leave it to the. Shall we pass a judgment stating that the government to form a comprehensive law within 6 months? Is that sufficient?
Your Lordship, but there is a question of fundamental rights as well.
Exactly. We'll uphold your fundamental rights and ask the government to formulate laws. We will not interfere with the existing laws.
Your
In
Lordship,
case the respondents are not able to rebut this solution, then we'll consider that as a judgment for you all.
Your Lordship, but as stated in the Navteet Singh Johar, as stated in the case of Navteet Singh Johar, if there is a question of fundamental rights, and if there's a gross violation of fundamental rights, there can be a right which is created to enable a particular.
Why did the Supreme Court dismiss the case then?
Your Lordship, the Navteet Singh Johar.
After that case, there was another case which was filed, which was filed for seeking civil rights to the members of the community, and it was dismissed.
Your Lordship, there was only one primary reason why Tushar Nair was dismissed, because the court stated that the society is not ready immediately after the.
How
Navteet
old
Singh
is that
Johar.
judgment?
Your Lordship, if I'm not wrong, it was 2019 or 2020.
Yes, 2019 and 21. I don't see the society progressing.
Your Lordship, there has been as of today, 2021, there has been like a good amount of time which has elapsed since 2018, when the Navteet Singh Johar.
3 years, council. 3 or 2 years. You think society's forward get drastic changes in 2-3 years?
Your Lordship, because we are dealing with the society, maybe this will not be a legally valid point to make. But with the amount of people who are coming out, and with the amount of people who are, if you do look at social media and how people are coming out, and they have
But
their
don't you
stories
think
of.
that some youngsters might find it as a fashion choice to just come out of the closet, if I may use the term?
Definitely not, Your Lordship. It's something biological, and it is something. It is something that people are born with. They for years together they have been battling this internally, and finally they have the guts to come out. It's definitely not a fashion trend, as per what the council believes in.
Okay. So is there any research to say that it's not it is biological?
None that the council can cite at the moment, Your Lordship, because again, the council, being a lawyer, does not know anything outside of legally valid.
Council, as a lawyer, as a judge, we are supposed to know all the arenas, all the areas, whether it's law, it's engineering. We have to pass judgments, right? In a medical entrance test, in the NEET examination case, we had to look into many things. So the knowledge is vast, I should say. Any what's your prayer?
Yes, Your Lordship. Moving on to the prayer. Wherefore, it's humbly prayed to this honorable court that, in light of the facts of the case, issues raised, arguments advanced, and authorities cited, the council, on behalf of the petitioner, most respectfully submits before this honorable court to hold the Hindu Marriage Act and the Special Marriage Act can be interpreted to include the members of the LGBT community.
Understood,
Declare,
council. Thank you.
much obliged, Your Lordship.
Yes, respondent speaker 1.
Greetings, Your Lordship. The council, on
Greetings.
behalf, the council would like to state that there are 4 different issues at hand, 2 of
Yes.
which will be dealt by my co-counsel, 1 and 2, and the remaining 2 will be dealt by me. So now I'd
I'd
like
like
to
to
call
just give
my.
a heads up. Just there is the lot. Please stop the time. There's a lot of rains in my area with.
I'll be dealing with issue 3 and issue 4, Your Lordship.
Okay. No,
So my
why can't the other council who's dealing with issue 1 and 2 come forward first?
Your Lordship, her mic wasn't working, so yeah, I think it's now. So she'll come.
Is
now.
it working, Miss Amisha?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, Your Lordship. Thank you.
Yes, councils. We always have troubles at home.
Apologies, my lordship.
No worries. We're all human beings at the end of the day. That's what we are fighting for today, right? Upholding the
Okay.
rights of human beings. Yes, please start.
Now the council seeks permission to move on to the issues.
Yes, granted.
The council issue 1, whether or not the Hindu Marriage Act 1955 and the Special Marriage Act 1954 can be read in a manner to include LGBTQIA community. The council, on behalf of the
Council, firstly, please explain the full form of this term.
Okay.
LGBTQIA plus.
L stands for lesbian, G stands for gay, B stands for bisexual, T stands for transgender, and Q
Is it
stands
transgender or transsexual?
for trans people.
Okay.
There's a difference between trans and cis, so here we are connecting within trans.
Okay.
And queer.
What's I and A then?
I stands for intersex, and A stands for asexual and aromatic.
Okay, right. Council, as vehemently pointed by petitioner speaker number 1, they have stated that the section 2 or section 3 of the Hindu Marriage Act does not refer to a bar on marriage between members of the community. Like there is a prohibited degrees of marriage, but they have not prohibited marriages between members of the community. Could you please enlighten us on that?
Thank you for the question, my lordship. But there is also no specific mention of same-sex marriage anywhere in the Hindu Marriage Act and Special Marriage Act. They are not explicitly allowing also. They are not explicitly
so when there is
well.
a interpretation in favor and against, I think the law permits us to take in favor.
No, my lordship. It can be interpreted in a way as in Hindu Marriage Act. the word man and the woman are used to talk about the eligible age of the people who are getting married.
So that could be between marriages of the same community, right? Why do we have to believe that the age prescribed, the minimum age prescribed for women and the minimum age prescribed for man is for a union of matrimony between both of them? Why couldn't it be otherwise?
My lordship, when we see section 2(5) of Hindu Marriage Act, it has many subsection, and in the
Yes.
subsection itself, the section 3 itself is saying and talking about the age, I mean the gender specifically.
So
Then how
exactly,
can we-
they're referring to the gender and the age. They are not saying that this gender should marry the other gender. I'm on that point. Why do the act say it is for marriage between any two Hindus? Why don't they say between a man and a woman?
But my lordship, in the act itself, it's mentioned the eligible age, and through that we can be interpret that the marriage is a union between a biological man and a biological woman. Because
Where do we
it's
get
clear-
that? I understand the reason that there is an age bar. Okay.
Yeah.
It could also be said that members of the community should not marry below 18 years if they are women and below 21 if they are men. But above those years, you can marry. Can't we?
But if
make
we
that?
focus on the article and, it clearly says or. I mean, yeah, it clearly says a union between male and female. If we have used
Where is
or-
that written?
according to section 4C of special, if we see 4C of Special Marriage Act, it's clearly said that the man should have attained the age of 21 years and the female should have attained the age of 18 years.
So what
here-
about, so I think you're well aware of statutes of interpretation where and can be read as or and or can be read as and. In interest of justice, we can use it vice versa.
My lordship, but also there is no specific mention of the same-sex marriage anywhere in the Hindu Marriage Act. and
Correct,
Special
correct.
Marriage
That's
Act.
what I'm
Then
trying to
how
say.
can
We
we
are
ignore
trying
that
to
fact as well?
we are trying to interpret the terms so as to include them. So you need to tell me, how is that interpretation so absurd that we cannot make such interpretations?
And it cannot be interpreted in that way because it's against the social morality of the people, because it's gonna affect the I mean, it's gonna disrupt the social and moral beliefs of the people. So it should be
No,
in
here
consonance with the
on the,
morality of the people. So it should be interpreted in that way only.
so you're going to bring a nexus between the law and the rituals and the public morality, right?
Yeah, public order and public morality.
But do we have to supersede one's fundamental right over one person's public order or morality? Isn't one person's fundamental rights more important?
Firstly, my lordship, fundamental rights are not absolute in nature.
Okay.
And also, I would like to throw light on a statement which was said by Ministry of Law and Justice in a reply to a plea which was filed by Mitra and 3 other activists. They said that
Before the Delhi High Court?
Yes, sir. The center told Delhi High Court.
Yes, we are aware of that. That's why issue
Yeah,
3 was
it
framed.
should
But
be relevant.
what my question to you is, how can we let us take away the rights of marriage from even heterosexual couples?
Okay.
Let there be no right of marriage. Everyone will be treated equally then. Will that solve
But
the problem?
the issue itself is talking about marriage rights under Hindu Marriage Act and Special Marriage Act, and including LGBTQ rights, and the facts are silent about it, and the issue is itself silent about it. So, yeah.
So counsel, how do we say that the HMA in many instances, like very well pointed out by the petitioners, they categorically say that the terms are any Hindu. They say the grounds for divorce also, they have validly pointed out that they can still file a divorce application. You please tell me how those divorce applications have practical troubles.
My lordship, could you please repeat the question?
I've asked the petitioner speaker number 1 that when a divorce is filed by a man against a man, what are the practical difficulties that will, be faced by them? If you believe there are practical difficulties, you please let us know. Then we will try to concede to your arguments.
The council seeks ignorance about the divorce laws.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Do you want me to enlighten you so that you will give an answer to us?
Yes, I'll try.
So one of the grounds for divorce is adultery. So if an application for divorce is filed on the grounds of adultery
But
by
adultery is, I
it
mean,
is adultery is not a criminal offense, but it is still
Yeah.
a ground for divorce.
yes.
Okay. So that being said, so that is a very big problem. Half-baked knowledge, is dangerous, they say. So not only the criminal law, even the civil law you should have read. So coming back to the point, when a husband files a divorce application against another husband in a gay marriage for the grounds of adultery, what are the legal impediments for that
But
petition?
my lordship, I am not in the favor of same-sex marriage.
Yeah,
Then
I want
how-
to know what is the legal troubles that will happen. You tell me the legal troubles. If it is so vast and so wide, we will not consider it.
The council seeks ignorance.
Okay, please proceed to your second issue.
Uh,
Do you have
not-
anything else in first issue?
Yes, sir. Secondly, the Navtej Singh case does not extended the right to privacy to include same-sex marriage. Also, the center said that marriage between two individuals of the same gender is neither recognized nor accepted in any unqualified personal laws and any qualified statutory law. So, and any
Counsel, if
interference
I
with
may
the
bring,
existing marriage laws would
but
cause.
if your counsel, you research on Chandravanshi, okay, in Hindu law, there's a terminology of Chandravanshi, not Hindu law, in Hindu mythology. If you go through that, you'll find out that there were these instances. Secondly, you will find eunuchs in existence in the religious texts. So there
my
are
lord,
instances that they exist.
yeah, they existed, and our customs and our rituals tell us to respect them as who they are. They are nowhere telling about their marriage or same-sex marriage.
So what do we do with such people? Do we have to not give them any rights? Is that your view?
They already have rights, human rights like right to residence, right to education. They have protected in the Transgender Bill Act.
Lesbians and
They
gays are
have
not
fundamental
covered.
rights also.
Are they protected? Is it the Transgender Bill or the Transgender Act?
The Transgender Bill, it has become a bill, act now.
It's an act now. So the LGB is not covered, no, in that?
I guess, yes.
They're not covered?
I think they should be, they are covered under that act.
Please read the definition clause of the act.
The council seeks ignorance.
Okay. What are the other arguments you have?
Also, Delhi High Court rejected the plea which was filed by Mitra and three activists, and they said that age-old marriage depends upon age-old customs, rituals, practices, cultural ethos, and societal values, and we cannot do away with them. They also read down the provision of Section 377 of IPC covering homosexuality. The Supreme Court also decriminalized a particular. The Supreme Court only decriminalized a particular human behavior, but neither intended to nor did in fact legitimize human conduct in question.
They did not say
Also,
that they will never consider it. They said that this petition is only
it's
limited
not
to this.
extended to, yeah.
Yeah, so they said since it is limited, we look into it later on. So I don't think that should be a ground for you to say.
It was not the, direct opinion by the Supreme Court. It was the center who's told Delhi High Court in relation to the plea which was filed by Mitra and three other activists.
So since the center's plea, is that even binding in this court? It is only a plea.
It could have a persuasive power.
It is just an argument, counsel. It is like how you are arguing for the respondent, the center argued there. That is why the court has suo moto transferred all the cases, right? So that these points, these are not judgments that can be considered persuasive. They are just arguments of counsels.
Yes, my lordship.
Yes,
Also,
please move on to the
fundamental
second
rights.
issue.
I would like to add one more thing. The fundamental right under Article 21 is subject to procedure established by the law, and the same cannot be extended to include fundamental right of same-sex marriage, as it will disturb the sanctity of marriage and the concept of family in India. In Republic of Replimento, as it is a very
Counsel, you tell me how if X person marries a guy a gay marries another gay, how is that affecting your religious rights? I just want to know.
Because in religious in our religion, it's a clearly sin. It is considered
It is
as
a sin, correct.
Yeah.
So in your religion, if you do something wrong, it is a sin for you. That person is marrying some other person. How is it a sin for you?
Then why are they like coming under personal laws to have their right? They
That
should,
we look into in the next issue. When your co-counsel comes, we look into that.
yeah,
But on
but
this
right.
point, you tell me, when X is marrying another person, how is your religious rights affected? Is
The
your
cons-
karma getting hit?
The council humbly submits that Republic of Red Elemento is a very diverse, culturally diverse and religiously diverse country. And here people are very sentimental towards their culture and religion, so we cannot do away with them. Also, here we are talking about to give them rights to consider them under the personal laws, and our personal laws and the
Are you
culture.
okay if we ask the government to formulate a separate law without including them in HMA or SMA?
I'll come to that later. Like right now, I'm just covering personal laws. That's it.
Okay, please.
Also, living together as a partner by same-sex individual is nowhere comparable to the Indian family unit, which consists of a biological husband, a biological wife, and a child.
Where do we read that a family unit in India has biological husband and wife? Nowadays, in every district, there are divorce cases filed every 30 divorce cases per district, per city. So you tell me, where is the biological family unit? There's no biological man only. There's either only a lady or a man. It's a single parent system. So many.
Biological here means I'm trying to say a heterosexual person.
So see,
But
it
they
is always a
were once
heterosexual.
family.
There's always
But
a
they were once a
heterosexual.
family, right?
You are always a heterosexual couple. You are never a heterosexual person, I think. I don't
But my
think the
lordship,
terminology is right.
they were once a family.
Okay.
Like before filing for divorce or something, they were once a family, right? Also, any abrupt changes cannot be bought in a single day. It will only bring resistance among the people instead of acceptance, which we always hope. And the council now seeks permission to move on to the next issue.
Okay. How much time, Anirudh? 5 minutes. Okay, proceed.
Issue 2. Whether or not civil rights can be granted to the LGBTQIA community.
What are the civil rights here?
Civil rights like marriage, adoption, inheritance, property rights and all.
Okay.
The council humbly submits that civil rights must not be given to the members of LGBTQIA community, as it would be in violation of the existing codified laws and uncodified personal laws. And refer to be made on para 6 of the proposition, where it's it's stated that in the said decision, the civil rights of the LGBTQIA community was neither discussed or nor upheld.
Yes.
Also recently, 3-judge bench dismissed a plea which was filed by Tushar Mehta on July 11, 2019.
We are reconsidering that decision today.
But till now we haven't we didn't get any information right now.
No, so when this petition is being filed, we will have to re-look into that decision, right?
But as of now, they have dismissed the plea.
Yes, they have dismissed the plea. So am I bound by that decision, council?
No, but it could have persuasive power.
Okay. What was the reason that judgment was dismissed? What was the reason?
They said that there should be a legitimate state interest in while limiting the rights of marriage or else.
Okay.
And so, of course, by providing them civil rights, it's going to disrupt the system cemented over the years and would lead to complete havoc among the people. Also, in the case of Jagmohan Singh versus State of UP and the Common Cause versus Union of India, it was said that
which judgment, which court are these decisions of?
Firstly, it's a state judgment, Jagmohan Singh versus State of UP, and secondly,
which court?
Supreme Court.
And the second judgment is from which?
First one is from Allahabad Court, second is from Supreme Court.
Okay, what are the facts in the Jagmohan's case?
Um, Sir, it was the council seeks ignorance. The council have to.
Does
yeah,
the
has
council
to
seek ignorance or plead ignorance?
seeks ignorance. I'll just take 2 or 3 minutes to read the facts again. I have to
No
read the
worries.
facts
Please
again.
tell me how are those judgments
Yeah, relevant
applicable to
here.
your
I
case?
can tell
Yeah.
you the relevance of those judgments here. So it
Mhm.
was said that there should not be any identical transplantation of Western ideology in our country, looking at the diversity of our country, or looking at the diversity of the country. So the council humbly submits that civil rights, that's why must not be granted to the members of LGBTQIA community.
Yes.
Now the council would like to call the co-council to move forward with the other rest issues and the prayer.
Okay.
Am I audible, Your Lordship?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so I will deal with issue 3 and 4. So issue 3 at hand is whether or not the customs, traditions, rites and rituals form an exhaustive code as contended by the Republic of
Council,
Reprimando.
don't you think these customs which are outdated have to be done away with?
Your Lordship, outdated customs, if they are discriminatory in nature, then of course,
They are very
otherwise,
well discriminatory. Do you think they are treating the members of the community as untouchables? It is discriminatory.
the customs only do not recognize the civil rights of the LGBTQ community. Otherwise, the customs, or even the if we talk about Hindu scriptures
No,
or
your customs, your scriptures clearly say you should kill people of this community. Quran says so, the Bible says so, the Hindu text says so. How is it even not treating them? They're not even treating them properly, let alone give them rights to marry.
Your Lordship, the customs have an ancient history. The Hindu customs, of course, an ancient
So
history of 5,000.
let us reinforce. Let us reinforce.
Your Lordship, 5,000-year-old customs cannot be done away
So
in a
we
day.
should reinforce sati. We should reinforce untouchability.
Your Lordship, Sati was
Also for so
ma-
many thousands of years.
Sati was abolished under the act which was passed in the legislature and not in the court. First of all, the council would like to contend that the petition is itself misplaced.
Okay. How so?
Because the petitioners, according to the petitioners, they according to the petitioners, the rights of the LGBT community should be given the rights, the civil rights and all, which is nowhere till yet mentioned anywhere in any of the personal law or any statutory law. So of course there has to be a new law made, which is not the
Okay.
part, which is not comes under the purview of judiciary. So of course it is
Are
the
there no
petition is
precedents that
misplaced.
are there no precedents where the court has interfered and formulated laws? Is there no precedents?
The court has never itself made laws in the
Never
history
made
of it.
laws, council? Would you want to think once more before you repeat the same statement?
Yes, your lordship. The court
Do you know
has.
the Vishaka judgment?
Yes, your lordship. I'm aware of that.
We only formulated guidelines there.
But those were guidelines. There was not a new law passed.
So we'll pass guidelines here. Who's saying we'll not pass a law? We'll pass guidelines.
Your lordship, the work of the judiciary is to enforce laws and not to make or
Council in
formulate new laws.
today's in the council, you're from which state? In
I
the
am from Uttar
Republic?
Pradesh.
Council in your state of Uttar Pradesh, the government is run now by the Allahabad High Court. Do you agree with that?
Your lordship, pardon?
The government in Uttar Pradesh is run by the Allahabad High Court. Do you agree? No. So all your COVID vaccines, your lockdown, your timings fixed, oxygen cylinders, ICU beds, all are because of the judgments of the benches of the High Court. Are you going to say that also is incorrect?
Your lordship, the council would like
No.
to.
First say, is that incorrect? That is public record. So can you deny that?
No, that cannot be denied. But the
Okay.
council would like to say that even if the Allahabad High Court asked the government in my state to impose a lockdown, the government straight away denied that. So neither of the two.
The government didn't deny that. The government went and appealed to us, and we stayed that decision. They don't just deny things. Otherwise, it will be contempt.
Yes, Your Lordship, but both of the things, judiciary has separate work, legislature has separate work. The work of judiciary is to enforce laws.
Okay. And what if the laws are to be changed? What do we do then?
Then the legislature has to bring an amendment.
So is the respondent fine with us giving a direction to the government to frame a new law without touching these personal laws? Is that alternative acceptable?
No, Your Lordship, that's what the respondent is contending, that changes should not be made because it is against
No,
the
we'll
public
not
order and
change your
morality.
law. We will not change HMA, which will not change SMA. We will make a fresh law. We'll ask the center to make a fresh law.
No, Your Lordship.
A
The
reasoning,
council.
please.
The council would like to humbly submit that all these the civil for if I talk about my issue, so
We are talking about your issue only till now.
Your Lordship, I meant that if I go by my issue, so it's written. I say that custom is a habitual course of conduct observed uniformly and voluntarily by people.
Who says so?
Cus-
Is this a view
it
of the council, or is this some precedent where this court held?
this is not a precedent. This is a summary of the customs that customs, of course, are a source of law, which is also known as customary law, and customs are adopted
No,
by
I'm
people.
asking you, where do you find all these definitions? You're throwing a number of definitions. Where do you find them?
These I have the council have made these arguments by reading various sources and texts and articles and all of that.
Okay. Thank you for
Yes.
summarizing, council, without quoting the citations. Yes. So these customs, if they are for time immemorial, are we bound by them? That's the only question.
Your Lordship, if a custom has to be termed valid, it has to go under a 6-point test, which
Who
says that
formulated this test?
the council pleads ignorance, Your Lordship. The council have not does not remembers the.
Okay. So what is the sixth test?
Yes. So first of all, the custom should be ancient. It has to be invariable and continuous. It has to has a clear and unambiguous evidence. It has to be reasonable. It should not be opposed to morality or public policy, and it should not be opposed to any law. So as of now, there is no existing law to which any custom regarding LGBTQ not giving them rights is opposing. So any custom is valid.
It is opposing Article 21.
Article 21 talks about right to life.
Right to live with dignity, right? Is Article 21. So
yes,
when
Lordship.
a person is not permitted to marry and procreate, how are you giving dignity to them? When a heterosexual couple can do and have a happy living, why do we have to restrict that life to a homosexual couple?
Your Lordship, marriage is a social thing. It's not a private affair, first of all. So
so basically people in India or Republic of Replimento marry for the people. They don't marry for each other or the love they want.
No, Lordship, the council want to contend that any marriage happening is not a private affair. It affects the society at large.
How is a marriage a societal affair? I do not understand that.
Because marriage does not happen between two people. It actually happens between two families. And of
two
course,
families. Okay.
Yes, and if the children are procreated out of that union, those children are going to be a part of the society.
So you will be also agreeing that patriarchal society is correct. Women should not be given permission to go and work. Women should not be empowered. all these things will be what you will be contesting then. Because for time immemorial, women have been suppressed in the country. Let us continue with that. We cannot,
But
right?
your lordship, our country has a history where women used to have an equal footing with men. It was after the arrivals of Mughals in the country that the position of the women deteriorated, and we are just giving them what was taken away from them. Hello.
I think so. So has a network issue. We'll just join back in 2 minutes.
Okay. Okay.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, your lordship. Yes, your lordship.
Okay. Okay. Like I told you, there will be a network issue I was hinting at. So, Miss, please continue.
I'm sorry, your lordship, but your voice is not clear. I'm not able to infer.
Please continue. Council, 2 minutes time. Council, am I audible now?
Yes, 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 your lordship. Yes.
Yes. So,
Now you are not audible.
problem. Council, please continue.
Yes, yes, your lordship. Yes. So I was talking about the six-fold test, which can be termed to name a custom as valid, and as any of the custom that regarding LGBT rights is not opposed to any of these six tests, then the custom should not be done away with. We know that in the early stages of society, the customs were the most important, and of course, in some cases, they were the sole sources of law, which is known as the customary law. The custom also lies in the foundation of all legal systems.
But we'll
The
have to bring in rationality, right, Council? We'll have
Yes, your
to bring
lordship, rationality.
rationality into a custom. Suppose a custom is having a lot of discrimination among the sects in the society, we'll have to nullify such customs.
Uh, your lordship, the customs that we are talking about, they never talk about degrading, of course, especially in some Hindu law scriptures, wherein they never talk about degrading the LGBT, but only stops them for marrying each other, same-sex couples.
So that's why is this discrimination? Article 14 speaks Article 14 speaks about the right to equality.
Yes, Your Lordship.
So,
But till
so
now,
how,
their rights haven't been recognized by any of the statutory law or personal law.
so that is why this case is being filed, right, counsel? We are wanting to recognize their rights. So that is why we feel that there is wide discrimination.
Okay, Your Lordship, there is only 8 to 9% of people of the total population of this country who are from the said community. Granting them rights will,
What
of
is
course,
the reasoning that you say there is only 8 to 10%? What is your source on the basis of which you say the percentage of the community? Do you have any source?
Your Lordship, we have mentioned that in our memorial, and we have provided a citation for the same.
Yes, where is that? Please
Your
refer
Lordship,
to the citation if possible.
yes, Your Lordship, I'll just do that.
Mr. Anirudh, could you tell me how many minutes are left?
Sorry, sir, I couldn't hear what you said. I think your voice was in.
Your Lordship, the council is not able to find. I can show you later once I finish my arguments.
Mr. Anirudh, can you tell me how many minutes are left?
So, 7 minutes are left.
7 minutes are left. Okay. Can we pause for a moment? Since the electricity is back, I'll just reschedule. Please hold on. Anjali, please let me in through the other device that I'm trying to join. Yes, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anjali, I hope the meeting is being recorded.
Yes, sir, it's been recorded.
Okay, so just a second. Okay. Yes, counsel, please continue.
Yes, Your Lordship. So, I'd like to say that the Supreme Court has also taken a lot of different views while dealing with personal laws, and we know that customs also form a source for personal law. So, in a number of cases, it has been held that personal laws of parties are not susceptible to Part 3 of the Constitution dealing with fundamental rights. Therefore, they cannot be challenged. In some of the cases, like Krishna Singh versus Mathura Ahir, in Maharishi
Which
Avdesh
court with
versus
judgment?
yes, Your Lordship. The Krishna Singh judgment was Supreme Court, two-judge
Okay,
bench of the Supreme Court.
what were the facts of the judgment?
I'll discuss it briefly. The court was considering that whether a Shudra could become a sannyasi or not.
Okay. What did the court
So,
hold?
Yeah, yes, Your Lordship. So the council is talking not only about that judgment, but three judgment in unison, and it was similarly held in all three that personal laws, whether codified or uncodified, whether in force at the time of coming into force of the Constitution or enacted thereafter, are not susceptible to the part on fundamental rights and cannot be voided on the touchstone of Part 3 of the Constitution. And as contended already by the council, uh, it would the council would again like to say that the matters that are brought here, they are pertain to legislative action, and hence the petition is misplaced.
Okay. Do you have any other statement to state that the court does not have the power to interfere when it finds a custom to be arbitrary?
The council pleads ignorance here because I
Okay.
have said all that I wanted to.
Okay. So the council does not want to make any further submissions on the said point. Council, move on to your last issue.
Yes, Your Lordship. So the fourth and the final issue of the case is whether or not members from the said community can be allowed to get married as per the rituals of the respective religions. Now, it is very humbly submitted that the members of the said community should not be allowed to get married because even our Solicitor General, he had in his statement to Delhi High Court has said that our
Council,
legal
we are
should.
not bothered what the government argues before the Delhi High Court. It is only an argument. An argument need not be reconsidered by this court. You're a council, you argue, we'll consider your statements. We do not need to look into the arguments what the councils make before different high courts. Please refrain from that.
Okay. So the council would move to the 2018 judgment, which is the Navteej Singh Johar case. It merely decriminalizes homosexuality or lesbianism, and it promises nothing more and nothing less.
So don't you think we have to promise something more?
The council would like to contend that mm, uh, right now it's not the need for that.
So why don't we put on hold all laws of marriage, no marriages till the time that these community people also get their rights, so that there will be parity and equality?
Your Lordship, that will create a lot of mess in the society because
No,
we
for
know that.
instance, council, if you're aware of the laws in Telangana, there was a huge change, sea change in the registration laws. And for almost a period of 3 months, the state government had stopped registration of any property, any sale deed. That was a huge hit to their, kitty. But they did that in the event of development. So let us keep all marriages of homosexuals, of heterosexuals on hold till the time, because you clearly say that there is nothing so serious, so grave, then I don't think marriage is important for the heterosexuals as well.
Your Lordship, the council would like to contend that after marriage also, even when a child is procreated, then that child is known as the legitimate child if it is born out of a legit or legal union of two people, two
Okay.
a biological man and a woman. So
Okay.
the child inherits all the property which comes under the succession and inheritance law. So if we hold on the marriages for everyone, for heterosexuals and homosexuals, then the children that will be born out of the live-in relationships will be termed as illegitimate. Then we will have to bring a change in the inheritance rights
Council, there
also.
are already judgments. Please read. There are already judgments which say that children of live-in couples also have the rights in property. There is no law made, but all the judgments speak in favor of that. It is already passed. It is not a new statement. There are already judgments there.
Your Lordship, but it won't, like, the court would not only have to change the marriage laws, it would also have to change the adoption laws, the inheritance law.
Exactly. Everything has to be changed. That's my whole point. We will keep
So that
marriages
will
of the
create that will create a havoc in the present society. We are not
how
ready for
will
that.
creation of a law create a havoc? Whoever is governed by the law will be governed.
Your Lordship, any new law that's been brought to the country, even if it's opposed by a small percent of the people, it creates havoc. Even if we want to bring a law, before that only, for example, there have been many cases before bringing the law only, the protests and all started. So I
You're
think
referring
that
to the farm bill.
Farm Bill and even the CA after, or even the whole NRC debate. So even after, I don't think that we are ready, our country is ready for another havoc or mess right now. And it will also hurt the religious sentiments of people.
What about the sentiments of these people?
We cannot do away with the sentiments of a majority in relation to
Council,
the
thank you. Please, petitioner speaker rebuttal.
Also, I think 3 minutes are left. I took
Oh,
out
I'm
the
so
wrong-
sorry. You have 3 minutes left.
Hey, sorry about that.
Council, please continue.
Yes, your lordship. So the country is not in a situation to deal with another mess and havoc of another kind right now. And also personal laws uh, are very delicate to put hand into, and of course they will hurt. Any change that is to be brought in a day will hurt the religious sentiments.
Anything you do in regards to religion will hurt someone, or someone somewhere is definitely going to be
Your
hurt.
lordship, this is a religious country with a lot of cultural diversity.
Is this a religious country?
Yes, your lordship, indeed.
So we don't care for secularism anymore.
We, of course, but religious sentiments are also considered important by people.
Once you believe a country, what is the meaning of secularism then, Council?
Secularism means that all religions are held in equality, and I
There
do
is
not
no state
disrespect.
religion. That is the meaning. The government will support no state religion.
Your lordship, by religious country, I meant that people believe in religions. The people residing in this country, they believe in religion a lot. The people are
Okay.
religious.
Any more submissions, Council?
Uh, your lordship, the council would again like to say that the question of whether
Don't repeat anything. Please say it anything if it's new, or move on to your prayer.
just a statement that whether or not to legalize same-sex marriage is not under the purview of courts, and
It is
as I've
within the
already,
purview of the legislature.
yes, the
I'm already
petition is,
vehemently opposed to that statement of yours.
yes, your lordship. So now I would say the prayer with your permission. The council, on behalf of the respondent, humbly prays before this honorable highest court that in light of the facts presented, issues raised, arguments advanced, and authorities cited, the honorable court may be pleased to adjudge and declare that the Hindu Marriage Act 1955 and the Special Marriage Act
You just mean to
1954.
say to dismiss the petitions. That's it?
Yes, your lordship, yes.
Okay. Petitioner speaker rebuttal.
Yes, Your Lordship. The petitioners have two rebuttals. Firstly, in the Navteej Singh Johar case, it was held that even if 5 to 7% of the population of the country, if their fundamental rights are under attack, it must be secured. Their fundamental rights must be secured. Therefore, the petitioner's first question is how can fundamental rights be contravened for the sake of societal needs? And the second question that the
Council makes
petitioner,
statements, do not make questions. This is not a question hour.
oh, okay, all right. Yes, Your Lordship. So, therefore, fundamental rights cannot be contravened or cannot be contravened over just for societal purposes. And secondly, while the respondent council also recognized that there are rights granted to the members of the community, there is the right to sexual orientation under Article 15, which is being violated. And here the members of the community through
Does
these
Article 15 speak about sexual orientation? Where do we
Article
read that? It
Your Lordship, Article 15 talks about discrimination on the basis of, sex and gender. And under the Navteej Singh Johar judgment, the discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation was included as a part of Article 15. So
Okay.
when that Article 15 is being violated, there is a clear fundamental right violation. So there is no rights which are precisely being granted to them.
right. Thank you, Council. Respondent rebuttal.
First of all, the respondent would like to tell the petitioners that they have approached the court under wrong jurisdiction. They have also mentioned in their memorial that the Supreme Court of Indus is not vested with the jurisdiction. So if it is not vested with the jurisdiction, why are they here? Secondly, if we talk about their issue 1, in which they have used the case of Arun Kumar versus Inspector General, the of course, the Arun Kumar judgment talks about the trans women and male union and not about the same-sex marriage. And also, if we talk about their footnote 8, which is Revanadi Sappa versus Malika Arjun, yes, this petition was dismissed by the court. And also the case of Badshah versus Urmila Badshah Godse, this petition was also dismissed by the court. So they hold no water in them. Uh, the, the case of Lata Singh and the case of SP Mittal, they also talk about the heterosexual couples and not about same-sex marriage or homosexuality. In issue 4,
Thank
they
you,
have used.
counsel. Miss Vaibhavi, sorry, battle again.
Yes,
30 seconds.
with regards to the errors in the memorial, in light of justice, equity, and good conscience, the petitioner submits that the court takes into consideration human
One
errors.
can't take our liberal approach for a ride just because we are liberal. You should have
Um,
been careful while drafting.
Yes, Your Lordship, but it is by far a human error. And moving on to the cases which have been which the respondent believes to be overridden by the courts themselves. The petitioners disagree to this and believe in their research, and therefore we do not.
So are you trying to say that the petition was not dismissed as stated by this respondent?
Yes, Your Lordship.
So it was allowed, you believe?
Yes, Your Lordship. It has also been cited in various other petitions which are which are heard sub judice at the moment.
Could it not be that the petition statements were taken, but the petition itself was dismissed?
Your Lordship, the counsel on behalf of the respondent stated that these cases themselves were dismissed. So to that, the petitioner disagrees and states that
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Respondent counsel, last rebuttal. 30 seconds.
Your Lordship, the council would like to bring light to the matter that most of the cases that the petitioners have used are irrelevant, because on a research that we have rechecked again, most of these cases we can also cite name by name, that the petitions are either dismissed or the cases are either ruled out. For example, the NAS Foundation case, and of course their
The
petition is
NAS
misplaced.
Foundation case was taken in appeal and allowed, right, counsel?
The NAS found only fragments of it, not what they have contended in their.
Okay, okay. Anything else,
Thank.
counsel?
No, Your Lordship. Thank you.
Okay, so since we are done with the rounds, you can stop addressing me as your lordship. We'll just give a short feedback to the teams and then we'll proceed to marking.
Procedural doubt in terms of how rebuttals and surrebuttals work. Could you please cover that as well in the feedback?
Okay. So petitioner speaker 1, Mr. Harshit, I think you really need to read your facts right. You need to be sure as to how jurisdiction was given. Case when jurisdiction is not discussed is a case to be thrown out of the window. You need to read your facts again. You need to be sure of your jurisdiction, right? Then you also had a lot of errs, which can, irk the judge at times, but we are not counting that here. Try to just pause. It's fine. Okay. You do not use the ers a lot because it shows that you're not prepared. You do not want to come unprepared or even show the court that you're unprepared. Now, also, you need to be sure of what you're speaking. I liked your points on how it is not prohibited. I think you really need to read a little more, research a little more, so that you'll come out with better arguments. And once you read more, you'll be more confident and there'll be no errors and no pauses. Be thorough with your facts. You were reading from your prepared arguments, which was quite clear thanks to the virtual hearing. It was quite clear. Please do not do that. And also you had a good point on the Ronington's decision. I would like to, that was a good point at the end before we concluded you. Coming to petitioner speaker number 2, brilliant, excellent. I was overwhelmed with the way you had argued, with the way you had put forth your case. Despite me throwing you off track, you had brought me back to track, which is the duty of the counsel to bring the judge back to his court and then play the game there. I like the answers. You have immensely researched on various aspects, covered brilliantly all the questions. One thing brilliant done by you, counsel, is you have not just answered with a reason to just comply with my question. You have broken down your answer with law and logic. That was brilliant from your end. And you should always know your prayer, counsel. Do not come to the court and read your prayer. It's very sad. And prayers should be crisp and short and not into jargon of so many reliefs. And on the point of rebuttal and surrebuttal, rebuttal is just the point that you say the respondents speak that these rights are not to be given, they are discriminatory. It should just be these bullet points that you throw at them. And when you throw at them, it should be like a dagger that it hits them and they die. If your rebuttal is so strong, then they die. If your rebuttal is again an argument, it is not a rebuttal. Sir rebuttal also should be like how she tore down your memorial. Because I gave you all a chance of a further rebuttal, there was a confusion. But if only the rebuttal and sir rebuttal stands, the respondent's rebuttal literally tore down your memorial points. So that is the way a rebuttal should be done. There cannot be questions put forth. I put to you, I put to you. That's not how you rebut. Coming to respondent speaker one, Miss Amisha, good confidence. You need to research more. You have pleaded ignorance. You don't seek ignorance. You seek time. You plead ignorance. In the real world, you can definitely seek an adjournment rather than pleading ignorance. Also, I need to say that you have to make a conversation. That is what I was trying to do. I was trying to make a conversation but with you, but you were trying to go back to reading your facts. The case is well argued when you make a conversation with the judge. You were very polite. You had answered questions with a lot of patience. That was quite good, but you need to be a little more formal. You cannot say, right, I'm going to say this, okay. These are terms which put off the arguments from a formal approach into an informal approach. And also, please read the facts of the citations. Do not come without reading them. It will show that you're underprepared again. Coming to respondent speaker number 2, you also should not use the terms okay. At times you were showing you were irritated when we were putting questions to you. It is my job to put questions to you. Otherwise, I will not know whether you're prepared or you're underprepared or you're extremely well prepared. So when a judge is asking questions, he might shoot daggers, he might shoot questions back to back, but you need to be patient and you need to listen and then carefully. Like Amisha was very polite. She waited for the entire question and then made her statement. So that is the way that you should try to take. And when the bench is giving you an alternative that will freshly implement a new law, either you take the judgment, the alternative, or you provide another alternative. Do not simply say no. And if you say no, you give another alternative. If you say yes with some reason, no with some reason. Your no was without a reason. It looked like you just wanted to decline the views of the bench. That was the only thing. Also, when you remember and you cite things, you have to tell me from where are you citing these things. You cannot say I'm stating custom and the definition on this is on the basis of all what I read on earth. You have to say that I read custom was defined by Aristotle, by uh, XYZ, and now I formulate this opinion. Then you also had a six test criteria or a 4 test criteria for defining custom. 6 test, I think. So that test also, from where you took it. It was such an important test. You could have just thrown the case of the petitioners, but you didn't throw it on that ground. Then you need to research a little more. And I really liked your rebuttals. Your rebuttals were bang on point. I think you all could have, as respondents, taken a little more interest in issue 3 and 4, where you could have taken from the scriptures and tore down the case of the petitioners. The scriptures categorically go against the petitioners, and the scriptures are there for so many years. So based on that, I think we could have just toned down their case by looking into scriptures rather than not even looking into a single scripture. There was not even a single quote from the Bible or Quran or the Bhagavad Gita that you have quoted to support your case. So I think you all could have researched a little more on that point. Other than that, you all were good. I really like this round. So wishing you all the best. Since this round ended at 8:50, the results will be announced in a con call at 10 p.m. Okay, because we'll need some time to formulate the scores. All the best, teams, and
Thank you, sir.
I'm very grateful to all the audience that have joined. Thank you for joining us in this round.
Thank you, sir.
We'd request all the participants and audience to leave except the moot court volunteers.
Thank you so much.
Right. Okay. I think there's two more people. Yeah. Miss Anita Maulik, I request you to leave the room. Anjali, coming to the score sheets, I do not have the score sheet for this. So could you please fill in the scores? I'll tell you. Could you share your screen?
Yes, sir.
I think this round went quite well. The teams were good.
Yeah, I thought Vaibhavi's case was very well put.
Vaibhavi, yes, correct. How did you like the round, Mr. Rubin?
Sir, I was asking Anjali the same thing, that is the defendant Union of India or is it a religious community?
No, it's a
Because
government.
yeah, because if I had to be a defendant, I would rather speak for the safety of the country. I would not want the bill to be passed.
Nobody argued on safety, mind you. Nobody
Yeah.
spoke about the high number of
So
cases of
if
HIV in
if
the
I am
community.
if I am an advocate
But
and my
sir,
job is to represent the country,
Yes.
not the community.
the HIV thing, I know that that is a very common argument, but it has been very easy. Like I remember reading at least 5 um, papers and journals which were saying that HIV being spread only in the LGBT community is very
Wrong. Wrong
yeah,
statement.
it is wrong. It is a wrong statement and it is very uh, prejudicial and essentially it is not
Okay,
correct.
the respondents did not even take the plea. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, which was very surprising. But I'm kind of glad
Nobody
that they
took
did.
the plea. I read all the respondent memos. Nobody took the
So,
plea.
but is it
Yes,
not right? So, but is it not right that if any marriage is supposed to be registered with the court? So the court has a major part in
Naini, it is
registering the
registered with
marriage
the
and make it legal.
executive magistrate. It is not the court actually. It's in the sub registrar
I don't know
office.
because I just read it somewhere that it is 2006. The Supreme Court made it mandatory. I just a minute. I have the article. I'll send you that article where it said that it has to be. Uh, just give me a minute. Sir, I have it here. Okay, people often debate whether to have their marriage registered in court or not. The Supreme Court of India in 2006 made it mandatory to register all magistrates in the eye of law, making it important to certificate to prove your relationship with your spouse. So, if the Supreme Court has passed an order, that means the judiciary is playing a role for registration of marriage. So, if two males can register their document, when you register, there is no religious. How do I put it? There is no what do you say? The feras and the Mangal Sutra and the Sindoor is not there in court. So you
Yes,
are not.
it's not there.
So you're not following any religious this. So it comes under common law. And when there's when there is common law in picture, religious sentiments are very it cannot be hurt because there is common law. So basically, it is common law marriage.
What to do, Mr. Rubin? They have not argued on this.
I would just say let them register and then we will file if there has to be, because you can't just find an ultimate solution in an argument. You have to just find, even if you get something in your favor, you can argue it later. But yeah,
Yes,
like I
true.
was just
Anjali,
thinking.
Anjali, there was the other memorial, that team that I judged, that is seen from my screen, but it seems Arshita is not able to see that. How do I?
Which one, sir?
Harshita is saying that the other team memo.
So what was the okay? That was your this thing only. I
Previous
think.
round, yeah, yeah. I don't
I'll
know
check.
whether I. Hmm.
No, sir, it is visible. See?
Please tell Harshita, yeah, she's giving a heart attack. है नहीं है नहीं है ना उधर.
Hey.
हाँ,
Yeah, it's
speaker
there.
2 did I give 5555 speaker 2.
Yeah.
ठीक है, then it's there. Now please show the latest, Abhika.
1 second.
It is aching now.
Sir, it is so bad. I was actually asking Harshita to just finish doing all of this and I wanted to go and sleep because my
I
head
also
was.
want to sleep now.
But now we have to do the semi-finals also. So that is.
What is Yeah, semi-finals, what's there?
We have to declare, no? And then send all of the memorials. So, sir, that is.
Oh, yeah, yeah. So, petitioner speaker 1, court manners 8, knowledge of law 7, application of law 7, logical reasoning 8, and answer 9. 8. 8, yeah. Speaker 2, all 10.
All 10.
Yeah.
I really liked the way she put all of her answers, and I thought she was one of the best speakers I heard today.
Yeah, true. After Jisha should slow down, I think, in life.
Jisha sir,
Yeah. Sarkar.
Sarkar. Yeah.
Speaker 1, court manners 8, knowledge of law 7, application of law 7, logical reasoning 7, ability to answer 7. What is our criteria? 7 is average.
Yes, sir.
Please make 8, 8, 8, 8. Similarly for, I think, go to petitioner speaker 1, court manners 9, and make it remaining 8, 8 by the criteria 8 and 8. Yeah. Respondent speaker 1, yeah, 8, 8, and make knowledge of law and application of law 7.5, 7.5. Respondent speaker 2, 7.5, court manners. Knowledge of law, again you give a 8. Application of law, you give an 8.5. Logical reasoning, you give an 8. And ability to answer, you give an 8. Thank you, Anirudh. So much patience.
No, sir, thank you. I forgot to give the introduction. I think they started before.
That's no issue. I think they know who I am. Not a trouble. So we'll Anjali will just set a link and I'll send it to you post. One
Sir,
second. Yes.
is it okay if I don't join? My head
Yeah,
is
yeah,
aching and I didn't have
yeah,
any
please
lunch
just
also.
send me the score sheet on my WhatsApp, and you'll have to send the memos to the judges and the participants.
I'll ask Harshita to do that, sir.
Yeah, please. You can
Really
ask
not.
Harshita, you can ask Anirudh is there. So many people are there. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you, Ruben, and thank you, Anirudh.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir. Bye, sir.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night. I'll see you all at the, what is this? So I'll have dinner and then start the link for the